pretty much all your money at the beginning from, reviewing and recommending products. We want to, when we outreach to people, we want to tell them, hey, I'm here to help people do a better job when they camp so that they can protect the nature, they can be safer, and they can be more comfortable when they're camping. So this kind of message is so much easier to convey to people when you have a site that is more branded, like, smartcamping.com. Obviously, that's not going to be the domain, it's probably taken, but you get the idea. If my domain says smartcamping.com, I can say this is what I'm about, and when I reach out to people, people will, be more on board with my messaging, and that increases my chances of getting links. However, if you're campingreview.com, well, obviously you're trying to sell stuff to people, and all that benevolent stuff is essentially like in the background and less important for people, and it makes it harder to build links on your sites. So try to avoid these kind of buyer keywords like review, best, or buy, and that should be increasing your chances of getting links and overall putting a benevolent angle forward for your website. So that is basically it for this short presentation, but I'm going to be showing you real-life examples and real-life tools that you can use to find domain names in the videos below. So scroll down with the lesson, and I'll see you in these videos. Hey guys, welcome to this video where we're going to talk about hosting setup. And if you're here and you've never built a website before, you're probably wondering, what is hosting and why do I need to buy it? So the hosting company you're going to hire is essentially going to be the company that's serving the files of your website, so that when people want to visit your website at any time of the day or the night, your site is up. And if it was on your computer, you'd be relying on your own internet connection, you'd be relying on your computer being on, and basically absolutely nobody hosts their own websites on their computer right now, so you will need to hire a hosting company. The good news is there is a bunch of cheap ones, and we've tested a bunch of them, and we have one to recommend you. But you will need to pay a company to have your files hosted for your website. And don't worry about it, it really is a minimal cost of running business. Actually, I think the setup we have costs $75 per year or something like that. Actually, let's jump right in the recommended hosting setup. And really, we're going to only recommend 2 services. You can get really complex with hosting setups, but I don't want to make this a course about saying very complex hosting setup. I want to make it a course about making websites that make money. So I try to focus on the 80-20 here and give you the best value for money. And for this, we've selected a company called SiteGround. It costs around $75 per year to host your website, so it's not a ton of money if you bring it back per month or per day. And they will take care of pretty much everything you need. They will host your files, they will take care of site security, they will also have customer support, so if you have any issue with your site, they will help you out, they will secure your website from hacking, they will take care of everything. Now, on top of this, we're adding a service called Cloudflare. That is a CDN. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. That is a service that tends to help speeding up websites, because it does take the big files of your site, like images, and it puts them on servers all around the world and serves them from a server that is physically closer to the user than maybe your hosting services. And because it's free, it's kind of worth having. It also allows you to get more visitors to your site without paying more visitors to the hosting company. So for free services, is kind of good. They also take care of domain name redirecting with DNS. So that's quite important. And don't worry, I'm on PowerPoint right now, but I'm going to be doing this on camera in the next video. So we're going to be setting this up together. But just to recap what's going to happen, we're going to be setting up SiteGround, and SiteGround is going to register and maintain your domain name for you. They're going to store your site files on the server. They're going to deliver your website to your visitors at any time of the day or night. They're going to make sure your site is safe and up all the time. And they're going to help you if there's any issue with your site. They're quite good at it, especially for the price that they cost. And finally, we're also going to be using Cloudflare that is directly integrated into SiteGround. And they're going to connect your domain with your hosting provider. And they are actually the fastest DNS service out there. So it is a really good service, even though it's free. It also will copy big files from your hosting provider to their own servers across the world and speed up your website. And it's going to also protect your server from several kinds of malicious attacks. Now, all of this is the background technical setup, the stuff you're going to set up once and really not look at too much, except when maybe you renew your hosting bill every year or something like that. But what we're going to be setting up as well is WordPress for your website. WordPress is basically the operating system of your website. So it's a little bit like Windows on PC or macOS on Mac. It's what you're going to interact with to make changes and just to work on your website. Now, you're in good hands because actually over 30% of all websites on the internet are built with WordPress, according to BuiltWith in 2018. And really, WordPress is the technology that allowed site building to become available to everyone. Because before WordPress, most site building used to be a little bit like that. You had to learn HTML, you had to learn CSS, you had to learn, this is not like really hardcore coding, but you had to get to learn a little bit of that. And really, a course like this would not be possible without it. The good news is WordPress is free and open source as well. That means that you never need to pay to access WordPress, and that you will get access to tens of thousands of plugins that are free as well, that will allow you to add functionality instead of paying a developer to do them for you. So really, building websites before was what you see on the screen right now. You had to write HTML, then you had to render it on your browser. It was very tedious, it was very difficult, and that's why most people could not build websites. The reason a course like this is possible is because now you can literally drag and drop and build websites. And you can see an example of me just editing a dummy post here on a test site of ours, where you can see I was testing the new Authority Hacker design. And you can see you can just drag elements, click and type, and that makes building websites so much easier for people like you and people who don't know coding. And that's why the opportunity is massive for you, because many people didn't realize how easy it is to build websites these days. So the market is not super crowded yet, but the barrier to entry is super low, and you can create an amazing website, as you will see in the next few videos. So let's stop talking on PowerPoints here. This is not what I like to do. Let's jump in and let's go and set this up. I'm going to set it up for the camping site, and you're going to follow along, click by click in the videos, and let's do it together. So see you in the next videos, and thanks for watching.
Lấy cho tiếp ha. Đây bộ lấy cho mày đây.
đẹp bông tay đi cô qua cô bé mình của anh đi nó không ăn đâu
Không.
nó không ăn
Rồi đây.
bà ở đây có bếp à bố ơi bố không đây
Không.
thế con ăn cái gì
Con ăn cơm chứ con ăn cái gì?
hết gạo rồi bà ơi hết gạo rồi bà ơi hết gạo rồi
Hey guys, welcome to this video where we're going to start setting up WordPress and we're going to start tweaking your website and slowly put it together. In this lesson, we're going to do really basic settings, things that you should be changing when you install WordPress. I'm just going to run you through this. The first thing you should know is how to log into your website, right? So you should put your URL and then push /wp-admin. This is going to take you to the login page for your website. When we installed WordPress, you chose a login and a password, so you should use them here. If you lost them, no problem. You can click on the lost your password link here. You put your email, and it's going to do a classic restore password email. So don't worry if you forget it. Just click on lost password, put your email, and then you should be able to log in eventually. Once you have your password and login, click on login, and you are on the WordPress dashboard. You're going to spend a lot of time on this dashboard. This is where we're going to be editing the website, tweaking things, etc. So get used to it. Remember how to log in. We're going to use it all the time. And the first thing that usually we do, and most people that do SEO do when they have a WordPress website, is change the permalinks. The permalinks are the way the URLs are written in the address bar. By default, WordPress uses pretty weird permalinks. So to actually go and change it, you should go on Settings and then Permalinks. And you can see right now, when I create a post, essentially it's going to be putting the date in the URL, and then it's going to put the name of the post. But really, who puts the date in a URL? Really, nobody these days. So I recommend you go for just a really simple post name site structure. So it's just going to put the post name, and you'll be able to rewrite that if it's a long title or something like that. So just select post name and click Save Changes. Another thing that you want to do when you start a new website is check whether or not it can be indexed by Google. Obviously, if you want to rank in Google, you need to let Google access your website. And to do this, you go in Settings and Reading. And here you can see you have this Search Engine Visibility checkbox. It says, discourage search engines from indexing the website. And if you tick it, Google will not be able to show this website in search results. If you want to take your time to build your site, and you don't necessarily want to put it in front of the eyes of Google, it's a good idea to tick this. But remember to untick it when you're going to be launching your site officially, because otherwise, you will never be able to rank in Google. If you untick it, no problem, and Google can start indexing it. So I'm actually going to tick it for now so that it doesn't get indexed. But remember, when you launch your website, you need to untick this. You cannot rank in Google, and you cannot make money with your site if you haven't unticked this box. So right now, I'm going to discourage it just so that I can take my time to build my website, and it doesn't all get indexed by Google. If I do experiments and so on, there's no problem. It's all away from the eyes of Google. Now, another thing I like to do as well is when you actually check the website, you will see that I'm on some kind of like blog page, but I like to have a page that is going to be my home page in the future. I'm not going to build it now, but I'm going to go into Pages, and then I'm going to click on Add New, and I'm going to just create my home page just so that I can go and edit it later. So I'm just going to create a page called Home. I'm going to write nothing on it, but I'm just going to publish it. Now that I've done that, I'll go on Settings, and I'll go on Reading, and you will see that I can set a static page to be the home page. And here I can select Home, Save Changes, and obviously it's going to be empty now because I have set it that way. But you can see now it's empty, and I'll be able to build my home page. So I have a home page for personal, and I'll be able to go and edit that. Now I'm going to stop here for this video. It's really the basics that I do with a new WordPress site. I'm going to show you more basics you can do in this video below, so I'm going to add more videos, and I'll see you in the next video.